First topic is the set theory. What is the set theory? Set theory is actually the mathematical theory or the mathematical concept that deals with the well-defined collection, and that collection is called the sets. And what about in that collection? That collection is of objects that are called members or the elements of the set. So set theory is the concept of mathematics that deals with the well-defined collection. That collection is called the set. So we can also say that a set is an unordered collection of objects, or a set is a well-defined collection of objects. Means a collection in which all the elements are well defined, that collection is called the set. ठीक? And all the elements of that collection are called the members of the set. Okay? A set is always represented by capital letters. Capital A, capital B, capital C, of any of the alphabet you can represent the set, but its elements are denoted by small letters, small a, small b, small c, small d, small e, and so on. Okay? So but in some of the books you can also find that somewhere set is represented at the small letters and its elements are represented by capital letters, but generally we use capital letters for representing the set and small letters for representing its elements. Okay? If an element lies into a set, suppose I say that the set of vowels means A, E, I, O, U. It means जो हमारे 5 alphabets हैं that are A, E, I, O, U, that all belongs to set capital A. Then we say an element A belongs to a set capital A can be written as A belongs to A. So this is the symbol of belongs to. Belongs to. So A belongs to capital A. If that element A not included in this set, means if it is written that A belongs to का sign कट हो रखा है हमारा capital A, it means A does not belongs to capital A, denote that A is not an element of set A. This symbol means does not belongs to, and this symbol means belongs to. Okay? So if it is written, then it means that the element A does not belongs to set capital A. Now we are moving towards the representation of the set. How we can represent a set? So a set can be represented by the various methods. There are especially 3 methods. The first one is the statement method. Second one is the roster method or the tabular method, and the third one is the set builder method. Okay? So what about the statement method? Statement method में क्या होगा? In this method, in this representation or in this method, the well-defined description of the element of the set is given. In this method, the description of elements is given. For example, suppose we are having a set of even numbers less than 10. So this is the property or the description of the element that the even number that is less than 10 belongs to the set. Another example is set of numbers less than 10 and more than 1. Means the property of the number is, it is more than 1, means, or you can say greater than 1. Just wait a minute. Yeah. Yeah, we can say more than, or we can say it is greater than. Okay? So a number is greater than 1 or less than 10. So this is the property of the number which belongs to the set. Or another example is the set of vowels. So the property of the alphabet is it is a vowel, then it belongs to the set. There is one more example, the set of all these 7 colors of rainbow. Means we are having a set of colors and those colors belongs to the rainbow. Means only that colors will be included in the set which comes in rainbow. Means violet, indigo, blue, green, yellow, orange or red. So this is the representation of a set via the statement method. In the statement method, we write a statement which represent the property of elements of that particular set. Now the second form or the second form of representing the set is the roster form. In this representation, elements are listed within the pair of brackets. और उस ब्रैकेट्स को जो रिप्रेजेंटेशन है दैट इज कर्ली ब्रेसेस एंड आर सेपरेटेड बाय कॉमास. तो रोस्टर फॉर्म इज द फॉर्म इन विच वी राइट द एलिमेंट्स ऑफ अ सेट बाय सेपरेटिंग देम विद द कॉमास एंड इनक्लोज देम इनटू द कर्ली ब्रेसेस. Suppose we are having an example, n is the set of natural numbers less than 5. It means what will be the elements belongs to the set capital N? Natural numbers less than 5. So natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 and so on. But the natural numbers less than 5 are 1, 2, 3 and 4. So we write this set in the roster form as capital N is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4 and enclosed all these elements with the help of curly braces. The another example is the set of all the vowels in English alphabet. So the vowels are A, E, I, O and U. So we write all the vowels by separating them with the help of comma, A, E, I, O, U and enclose them into the curly braces. So this representation is called the roster form of representing the set. Now the another one is the set builder form. Set builder form. So in this in set builder form, a set is described by a property that its members must satisfy. So in this form, we write the property of the element that should be satisfied by each and every element of the set. Means, for example, we write that x such that, means there are elements x in the set such that x is an even number divisible by 6. Means all the elements are even number and are divisible by 6 and less than 100. All the elements of sets satisfy this property that all are even, all are divisible by 6 and all are less than 100. So if we want to write this set into roster form, so what will be the roster form? Roster form mein you will write all the elements less than 100 which are even and are divisible by 6. So all the numbers will be 6, 12, 18, 24, 30, 36, 42, 48, 54, 60, 66, 72, 78, 84, 90, 96. All are the multiples of 6 and all are even numbers, and although they all are less than 100. Now we are moving towards the types of sets. We have studied about the set, their representation, and now we are going to study about the types of sets. There are so many types of sets, in which the first one is the finite set. From the word finite, we can easily understand that what will it mean? Finite means countable. Means a set in which contains finite number of elements is called finite set. So a set having finite number of elements is called finite set. Means the numbers are countable. For example, suppose we are having a set capital X is equal to 1, 2, 3, 6, 8, 10, 15. So if we want to count the number of elements, तो 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. यहाँ पर हमारे पास कितने एलिमेंट्स है? 7 एलिमेंट्स है. ओके, Another set is capital X is equal to X such that X lies between 1 to 100. Yani 1 is less than equal to X, less than equal to 100. So if we want to count the numbers, X moves from 1 to 100. Means we are having 1, 2, 3 and up to 100. Means 100 elements. So because these elements are countable, therefore it is called finite set. There is one more example. Capital A is equal to even number less than 50. Even number less than 50 means 2, 4, 6, 8 and so on up to 50. So all these numbers are 25 elements. So since we can count these elements, therefore all these sets are called finite sets. After that we are having the another set that is called infinite set. So a set which contains infinite number of elements is called an infinite set. Or we can say a set which is not finite. Which is not finite is called infinite set. Okay. So we are having an example set of natural numbers. Natural numbers are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on up to infinite. And we cannot count the natural numbers, therefore the set of natural numbers is infinite set. Similarly, set of rational numbers, it is also infinite, we cannot count it. Here we are having a set capital X is equal to X such that X greater than 10. So the numbers exist more than 10. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 and so on up to infinite. So again, all these numbers are not countable. So this set is also called infinite set. The infinite set, या आप इसको ये भी कह सकते हो, it is not countable. And finite set which is countable. Okay. So, now the next set is the universal set. We are having another set that is called universal set. It is the collection of all the elements in a particular context. If we are talking about any particular context, then the collection of all the elements is called the universal set. And the universal set is denoted by capital U. For example, if we consider the set of all the insects, then the set of all the insects is not a universal set. If we consider all the fishes, it is again not a universal set. If we consider set of all the mammals, it is again not a universal set. But if we say that the set of all the animals, which include insects, fishes, mammals, all living beings on the earth, then this set is called the universal set. Because if we are talking about any particular context, and that particular context is the living beings. Living beings. So the set of all the elements is called the universal set, whereas the set of all insects, fishes and mammals is not a universal set. Okay? They all comes under this set. For example, if we are having a set capital A is equal to ABC, a set B is equal to X comma Y, a set C is equal to 1 to 5, then if we are talking in terms of these elements, then the universal set will be the collection of all these elements A, B, C, X, Y, 1, 2 and 5. So this is the universal set. We are having one another example. If a college is having BBA, BC and BTech courses, then the collection of all the students in all the courses is the universal set and is represented by U. But the set of students of BBA is not the universal set. Because if we are talking about in terms of students, then we want all the students. So the collection of all these students is called the universal set, whereas the collection of the students of BBA or BCA or BTech is not the universal set. These all comes under the universal set. Now the next one is the empty or the null set. Empty, from the word empty you can find that it is khali set, which contains no element. So a set which contains no element is called an empty set, empty or null set, or we can say void set. Okay, so a set which contains no elements is called empty, null or void set and is denoted by phi. This is the symbol of representing the empty set. For example, if we are having x is a natural number lies between 9 and 10. So is there any number between 9 and 10 which is a natural number? No. So this is a set which is empty. We are having another set that is capital S is such x is such that x is a prime number belongs to the set 8, 9, 10, 12, 18, 20. Is there any prime number in these sets, in these elements? No. There is no prime number. No prime number. So since there is no prime number in this set, therefore this complete set is empty set. So a set which contains no elements is called empty or null or void set. Again, the singleton or unit set. Single या unit. It means one. So a set which contains only one element is called singleton or unit set. तो जिसमें सिर्फ एक ही एलिमेंट होता है that contains only one element, then it is called singleton or unit set. Okay. For example, even numbers lies in 3, 7, 8, 9, 13, 19. Can you tell me what are the even numbers lies in this set? Only 8. Only one number is there which is even in this set. Therefore, this complete set is the singleton set. Another example is Prime Minister of India. Prime Minister of India is only one, Mr. Narendra Modi. Only one element is there. Then this set is called singleton set. Okay. So a set contains only one element is called singleton set. Similarly, now the next thing is not about the type of set, is actually the cardinal number of a set. It is not a type of set. Cardinal number of a set. Cardinal number क्या होता है? The number of elements in a set. The number of elements in a set is the cardinal number of that set. So suppose the number of elements in a set is called the cardinal number. Suppose, and if capital A is a set, then the cardinal number of capital A is denoted by NA. This is the representation of cardinal number. Okay. Suppose we are having a set capital A is equal to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So how many elements are there? There are 6 elements. So the cardinal number of capital A is 6. If we are having a set capital X is equal to number 1 Rahul, Ajay, Mohit. There are 3 persons. So there are 3 elements. So the cardinal number of X is 3. Okay. Now there is a remark that the cardinal number of null set is 0. Because null set is the set having no element. So since there is no element, therefore its cardinal number is 0. Okay. So for finding the cardinal number, we just count the number of elements in any set and we can find the cardinal number. Now the next one is the equal sets. Equal sets, from the word equal means same or identical. Same or identical. ठीक है. तो इसका मतलब इफ देयर आर two sets are said to be equal if they contain same number of elements. Same identical equal number of elements. Suppose we are having a set capital is equal to 1 to 6 and then another set is capital B is equal to 6 1 2. So there is 1 1 2 2 6 and 6. Since all the elements are same, therefore both these sets are equal sets, and we write A is equal to B. So two sets are equal if they are having same number of elements. So A equal to B QA says every element of A is an element of B and every element of B is an element of capital A. Then though both the sets are called equal sets. Okay. Now the last thing of today is the equivalent set. What is the equivalent set? If the cardinalities of two sets are same. अगर दो सेट्स के टू सेट्स आर हैविंग सेम कार्डिनल नंबर देन दे आर कॉल्ड इक्विवेलेंट सेट्स. For example, suppose we are having a set capital X is equal to 1 2 3 4 and a set capital C is equal to X Y Z W. The set capital X is having the cardinal number of elements कितने हैं इसमें 1 2 3 4 and number of elements is set C 1 2 3 4. So the cardinal number of X is 4 and the cardinal number of C is also 4. Since the cardinal numbers of both the sets are same, implies that the set capital X and capital C are called equivalent sets. तो ये हमारे कुछ today we have study about